In the heart of the 19th century, precisely in 1846, a group of courageous pioneers cast their gaze westward, drawn by the allure of the American frontier. Among these intrepid souls stood the Donner Party, a diverse collective of families led by the Donner brothers, George and Jacob. Their destination was California, a promised land of fertile valleys and boundless opportunity. In this video, we will delve deep into the harrowing journey of the Donner Party, a tale of hope, wrong turns, and the ultimate test of human resilience. April of 1846 witnessed the departure of the Donner Party from their homes in Springfield, Illinois. Wagons laden with supplies, hearts brimming with hope, they embarked on a journey of immense magnitude. As they looked back on the familiar landscapes they were leaving behind, the pioneers couldn't possibly foresee the trials that awaited them in the distant West. This was the beginning of a monumental adventure, one that would forever change their lives. In the midst of their westward odyssey, the pioneers encountered a pivotal decision. They opted for the enticing promise of a shortcut, the notorious Hastings Cutoff, in hopes of saving precious time. Yet this choice led them deeper into the heart of the formidable Sierra Nevada mountains, a path fraught with peril. Little did they know that this decision would set the stage for the most challenging phase of their journey. With every passing day, the relentless snowfall grew heavier, and the temperature plunged to unforgiving depths. The Donner Party found themselves ensnared by winter's icy grip. Their once sturdy wagons were buried under thick blankets of snow. As their supplies dwindled to mere rations, the pioneers faced the daunting realization that they were unprepared for the harshness of the season. This was the beginning of their battle against nature's most brutal forces. The pioneers' spirits waned as hunger gnawed at their insides. With each meal growing sparser, desperation became their constant companion. Foraging for edible plants and roots provided a meager reprieve, but it wasn't sufficient to quell the ever-encroaching starvation. It was in these dire moments that unthinkable choices were made. Some among them resorted to consuming the remains of the deceased for sustenance. The struggle for survival reached its darkest depths. Despite the grim circumstances, the pioneers displayed remarkable resilience. With their lives hanging in the balance, they began constructing makeshift snow shelters to shield themselves from the relentless cold. Using whatever materials they could find, they transformed the unforgiving landscape into a fragile haven, clinging to the hope that spring would eventually thaw their icy prison. As weeks turned into months, the pioneers endured a grueling waiting game. Time seemed to stretch infinitely as they gazed into the distance, yearning for a glimpse of rescue. Their thoughts turned to loved ones left behind and the uncertainty of their fate. Amidst the isolation, bonds among the survivors deepened, providing a glimmer of solace in their shared struggle. With the situation growing ever more dire, a small group of pioneers decided to undertake a desperate mission. Leaving their snow shelters behind, they embarked on a perilous journey to seek help from the rescue team led by James Reed. Each step through the treacherous snow brought them closer to their salvation, but the risks were immense. The pioneers forged ahead, battling harsh conditions and dwindling supplies. They trudged through waist-deep snow, their strength waning with each step. The journey tested their endurance, and they clung to the hope that they would reach James Reed and the rescue team before it was too late. As the relentless winter marched on, hope seemed all but lost. The pioneers were locked in a battle for survival, their numbers dwindling, and their spirits tested to the limit. Yet in February of 1847, a ray of hope pierced through the snowstorm. The pioneers, their eyes weary from the trials they had faced, spotted the welcome sight of rescuers on the horizon. Relief washed over them, for they knew that their desperate mission had succeeded. The Donner Party rushed to meet James Reed and the rescue team. Their spirits were lifted by the prospect of rescue. What they encountered was a scene of unimaginable suffering. Of the original 87 pioneers, only 48 had survived, and those who endured bore scars both physical and emotional. The pioneers' spirits had been weighed down by despair. Among those who didn't survive were George, Jacob, and their family, adding to the heart-wrenching tragedy of their journey. But this moment marked a turning point. As the pioneers reached James Reed and the rescue team, emotions ran high. Tears of joy flowed as loved ones were reunited and provisions were shared. The pioneers were saved from the brink of despair, their indomitable spirit bolstered by the knowledge that they would soon escape the harsh wilderness that had held them captive. With the assistance of the rescuers, the pioneers began the arduous journey out of the Sierra Nevada mountains. They left behind the snow-covered wilderness that had been their prison for months, heading towards safety and the promise of a brighter future. The saga of the Donner Party stands as an enduring testament to the indomitable human spirit, the limits of endurance, and the stark choices made when faced with the cruelest of circumstances. It serves as a poignant reminder of the tremendous sacrifices and hardships borne by those who sought a better life in the American West, etching a solemn chapter in the annals of American frontier history. As we conclude this journey through history, let us reflect on the lessons we can draw from this tragic yet compelling episode in the nation's past.